Breaking news for every Social Security, SSI, and SSDI recipient in the United States. A one-time payment of $1,400 has been announced, and for millions of seniors and disabled Americans, this money could not come at a better time. But here's the part that nobody is talking about. Not everyone is going to get it. Some seniors, people who have worked their entire lives, paid into the system, and depend on these benefits to survive, may be completely left out. No check, no payment, nothing. And if you don't know the rules right now, you could miss out too. So before you start making plans for that $1,400, watch this entire video, because what you don't know could cost you everything. Stay with me. This is urgent. Welcome back, everyone. If you are new here, this channel exists for one reason and one reason only: to protect you. We are here for seniors, for people on Social Security retirement benefits, for SSI recipients, for SSDI beneficiaries, for the disabled, the elderly, the caregivers, and the families who are trying to navigate one of the most complicated systems in America. Every single week, we break down the latest Social Security news, payment updates, benefit changes, and policy shifts in plain English, so you always know exactly where you stand. No confusing government jargon, no vague headlines. Just clear, honest information that you can actually use. If that sounds like what you need, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, and it could make a real difference in your financial life. Turn on the notification bell too, because updates like this one move fast, and you want to be the first to know. Now let's get into what's happening with this $1,400 payment, who qualifies, who doesn't, and what you need to do right now to make sure you don't get left behind. Where did this $1,400 payment come from? Let's start at the beginning. You may remember that back in 2021, the federal government issued a series of stimulus payments to help Americans survive the financial devastation caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Most people received $200, then $600, and then a final third-round payment of $1,400. These were called economic impact payments, and they were sent out through the IRS. Here is where it gets complicated. Millions of Americans, many of them seniors, SSI recipients, and SSDI beneficiaries, never received that third payment, or they received the wrong amount, or they didn't file a tax return because they weren't required to, and the IRS didn't have enough information to send the payment automatically. Those people were left out, and for years, that money just sat there, unclaimed, undelivered. Then in late 2024, the IRS made a major announcement. They identified approximately 1 million taxpayers who were eligible for that third stimulus check, but never received it, and they said they were going to fix it. The IRS began issuing automatic payments up to $1,400 per person to eligible individuals who missed out. No application required, no form to fill out. The IRS was going to send the money directly. That is the $1,400 check that you have been hearing about. But here is the critical part. Not everyone qualifies, and the window to claim this money is closing fast. Who is eligible for the $1,400 payment? Let's talk about who actually qualifies for this money. To be eligible for the $1,400 recovery rebate credit payment, you generally need to meet all of the following conditions. You must have filed or be eligible to file a 2021 federal tax return. This is the key year. The third stimulus payment was tied to the 2021 tax year. If you didn't file a 2021 return, you may still be eligible, but you have to act. You must not have already received the full third stimulus payment of $1,400. If you got the full amount back in 2021, this new payment does not apply to you. Your income must fall within the eligibility limits. For individuals, the full $1,400 was available to those with an adjusted gross income of $75,000 or less. For married couples filing jointly, that threshold was $150,000. Payments phased out above those amounts. You must have a valid Social Security number. Now, here is something very important for people on SSI and SSDI. If you receive Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, you may still be eligible. In fact, many people on these programs were exactly the kind of low-income Americans this payment was designed to help. The IRS even worked with the Social Security Administration to get payment information for people who don't typically file taxes, specifically so those individuals could receive what they were owed. But, and this is a big but, if you were eligible and the IRS didn't have your information on file, you may have been skipped, and that is where the real danger lies. Why some seniors will miss out completely. This is the part of the story that breaks my heart, and it is the part that nobody in the mainstream media is talking about clearly enough. Let me paint you a picture. Meet Dorothy. She is 71 years old. She lives alone in a small apartment in rural Tennessee. Her only income is her Social Security retirement benefit, about $1,100 a month. She has not filed a federal tax return in years because her income is below the filing threshold. She doesn't have to file. Back in 2021, when the stimulus payments went out, Dorothy never received her $2,400 check. She waited by the mailbox. She checked her bank account. Nothing. She assumed it was a mistake. She called a hotline and sat on hold for 2 hours. Nobody could give her a clear answer. Eventually, she gave up. That $1,400 is still out there, unclaimed, with Dorothy's name on it. But here is the tragedy. If Dorothy doesn't file a 2021 tax return, specifically to claim the recovery rebate credit, before the IRS deadline, she will lose that money forever. The window closes, the funds revert, and Dorothy gets nothing. Dorothy's story is not unique. There are an estimated hundreds of thousands of seniors, low-income Americans, SSI recipients, and SSDI beneficiaries in exactly the same situation. They were eligible, they were left out, and now time is running out. The IRS set a deadline of April 15th, 2025 to file a 2021 tax return and claim the recovery rebate credit. If that deadline has already passed when you are watching this video, you need to check your status immediately and consult a tax professional about any options still available to you. Do not wait. Do not assume someone else handled it. This is your money and only you can claim it. What about the automatic payments? Now, I want to make sure you understand both sides of this story. On one hand, yes, the IRS did announce automatic payments for certain individuals. If the IRS already had your information from a 2021 tax return and they could see that you were eligible for the recovery rebate credit but didn't claim it, they were supposed to send you the money automatically. That means some people did receive or will receive a check in the mail or a direct deposit without doing anything at all. If that is you, wonderful. Congratulations. That money is yours and it is coming. But here is the problem. The IRS automatic payment system only works if the IRS already has your data. If you did not file a 2021 return, the IRS may not know you exist. They cannot send you a check if they don't know you were eligible. You are invisible to their system. And for many seniors who live on Social Security and never file taxes, that is exactly the situation they are in. So the question you need to ask yourself right now is this: did I file a 2021 federal tax return? And if I did I receive a $1,400 stimulus check that year? If your answer to the second question is no, you need to look into this immediately. How the payment arrives, and what to watch for. For those who are receiving the automatic payment, here is what to expect. The IRS issued these payments either as a paper check mailed to your address on file or as a direct deposit into the bank account associated with your tax return. The payments were labeled clearly as coming from the IRS. The memo line on the check referenced the recovery rebate credit. If you received a check or direct deposit and you weren't sure what it was for, this is likely what it is. Now, one very important warning. Scammers are already taking advantage of this situation. We have seen reports of fraudulent calls, texts, and letters claiming to be from the IRS and asking for personal information, including your Social Security number, bank account details, and even upfront fees, in order to release your $1,400 payment. This is a scam. The IRS will never call you and ask for your Social Security number over the phone. The IRS will never ask you to pay a fee to receive your stimulus payment. The IRS does not send text messages asking you to click a link. If you receive any communication like this, hang up immediately. Do not click any links. Do not provide any information. Report it to the IRS at report.phishingires.gov. Protect yourself. Your money is real, and scammers know it. What you need to do right now. Okay, let's talk about action steps. What should you actually do based on everything we've just covered? Check whether you received your third stimulus payment in 2021. Go back through your bank records or your mail from early 2021. Did you receive a payment of $1,400 from the IRS? If yes, you are likely all set. If no, keep reading. Determine whether you filed a 2021 federal tax return. You can check this by logging into the IRS website at irs.gov and using the Get Transcript tool. This will show you whether a return was filed for the 2021 tax year. You will need to create an account if you don't already have one. If you didn't file a 2021 return and you believe you were eligible for the $1,400 payment, talk to a tax professional immediately. Even if you normally don't file taxes, you may need to file a 2021 return specifically to claim the recovery rebate credit. A tax professional, a volunteer VITA site, or an AARP tax aid program can help you do this for free or at low cost. If you believe the IRS owes you this money and you haven't received it, do not wait for it to show up on its own. Check the IRS website. Call the IRS helpline at 1-800-829-TOW40. Visit a local IRS Taxpayer Assistance Center. Get an answer in writing if you can. Budget carefully. If you are expecting a payment, do not spend money you don't have yet. Government payments can be delayed, adjusted, or in some cases reduced based on outstanding debts. If you owe back taxes, child support, or other federal debts, the IRS may reduce or offset your payment. Know what you are entitled to and plan accordingly. Be patient, but be persistent. Government systems move slowly. If you are owed this money, it may take time, but that does not mean you should give up. Follow up regularly. Document everything. Keep records of any correspondence with the IRS. Your money is worth fighting for. A word about SSI and SSDI recipients. Specifically, I want to take a moment to speak directly to those of you receiving SSI or SSDI. Your situation is slightly more complex, and it is absolutely critical that you pay attention here. If you receive SSI, supplemental security income, your benefits are already means tested. That means the government looks at your income and assets when determining eligibility. The good news is that a one-time federal payment, like the $400 recovery rebate credit, is generally not counted as income for SSI purposes in the month it is received. However, and this is very important, if that money sits in your bank account into the following month and pushes your total assets above the SSI resource limit of $2,000 for individuals or $3,000 for couples, it could affect your ongoing SSI eligibility. So if you are on SSI and you receive this payment, you need to spend it, gift it, or otherwise use it within the same calendar month. Or you could inadvertently put your ongoing benefits at risk. This is not a reason to panic. It is a reason to plan. Talk to your caseworker. Talk to a benefits counselor. Know the rules before the money arrives. For SSDI recipients, Social Security Disability Insurance, the rules are different. SSDI is not means tested in the same way, so a one-time payment is less likely to directly affect your ongoing benefit amount. However, tax implications can vary depending on your overall income situation. Again, when in doubt, seek advice from a qualified professional. Many nonprofits and legal aid organizations offer free benefits counseling specifically for people on SSI and SSDI. Here is what I want you to take away from today's video. There is real money on the table, up to $1,400 for individuals who missed the third stimulus payment. And for some people watching this right now, people who have never gotten a straight answer from the government, who waited by the mailbox and got nothing, who gave up because the process felt too complicated, that money is still available. But you have to act, you have to know the rules, and you have to move before the deadline. That is exactly why this channel exists. We are here every week, cutting through the confusion, translating the bureaucratic language, and giving you the real story so you can protect your benefits and your financial future. If you found this video helpful, And I really hope you did. Please take 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. And it means that the next time there is an urgent update about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, stimulus payments, or any benefit that affects your life, you will know about it immediately. Hit the like button too. It tells YouTube that this information is important, and it helps us reach more seniors and disabled Americans who need it. And if you know someone, a family member, a neighbor, a friend, who is on Social Security or receiving disability benefits, please share this video with them right now. They may not know about this payment. They may be one of the people who was left out. You could literally put $1,400 in someone's pocket just by sharing this video. That is the power of this community. We look out for each other. Let's bring it all together. A one-time payment of up to $1,400 has been announced for eligible Americans who missed the third COVID-19 stimulus check from 2021. The IRS began issuing automatic payments to some individuals, but hundreds of thousands of seniors, SSI recipients, and low-income Americans may have been left out entirely. If you did not receive the third stimulus payment in 2021 and you believe you were eligible, you may need to file or amend a 2021 federal tax return to claim the recovery rebate credit before the deadline. If you are on SSI, be especially careful about how a lump sum payment affects your monthly asset limits. Watch out for scams. The IRS will never call you asking for personal information or fees. And most importantly, do not give up. If this money belongs to you, go get it. I know that navigating these systems can feel overwhelming. I know that dealing with the IRS or the Social Security Administration can feel like fighting a battle alone. But you are not alone. This community is here for you. This channel is here for you. Every week, we will keep showing up with the information you need to protect your income, understand your benefits, and live with a little more peace of mind. That is a promise. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.